Hi guys and welcome back to our channel. Today we'll be reviewing a free cryptocurrencies which are Bitcoin, Litecoin and Chainlink. We will see where they might move over the next days and weeks. Please subscribe to our channel if you want us to keep releasing technical analysis for free, while if you want to receive our real-time alert and our newsletter, then you might want to join our growing community on Patreon. You will find the link in the description feed. Let me also add that over the last 20 days, we've been experiencing a huge gain of 500%, which is something simply astonishing, and my patrons actually are receiving my real-time signals. Let's start with Bitcoin. What we see here is a weekly chart. Over the last week, exactly on Sunday, I've been warning my patrons to get out from Bitcoin around 37,000 US dollar. So what we see here is that actually two my property indicators for the long-term trend are still up, while if you and as well for the daily chart, what we see here is that in this case the green curve is still above the red one, and even in this case the green curve is still above the blue one. But now if we switch to another view, okay, here we have the Bitcoin on a daily chart and we use two different cycles. We see that for the very first time the white curve has crossed below the orange one, even if it's still above the upper threshold, which is an extremely important signal. But also in this case we see that the red curve is actually below the azure one. So two negative signals over the daily chart, which are warning us about a weak momentum since a few days. What we see here is a hammer. So it was on Sunday when I warned my patrons to get out of half of the position. And again, when we're going to buy again, Bitcoin will be above 44,000 US dollar. The reason why we're still watching the buy side rather than the sell short side is because our four property indicators on the weekly chart are still up. Okay, now if we switch to the weekly chart, we will see that we are still up in terms of white curve being above the orange one, and same for the red curve above the azure one. So we are not selling short Bitcoin. My robot has a particular mechanism, so we sell short only when we retrieve -6, -7 or -8 as score. Right now we are just at +4, which means for the short term we are out from Bitcoin and we are going to buy again only above 44,000. So what we see here is that the price has been actually going out from the two triangular moving averages, from the two envelopes, and as actually if we analyze what happened in the past when we have experienced the price going out from the upper envelope, is that actually what we have seen here is that the price tends to go back to the to move inside the two envelopes. As you can see here, the upper threshold in this case was great in containing the movement, and as you can see here, when the trend is really strong, the price tends to go out from the envelopes. But again, as you see here, it tests at least the upper envelopes all the time. So where is the upper envelopes right now? Is passing by at around 25,000 US dollars. So in other words, you shouldn't be surprised to see Bitcoin retracing till 25,000-26,000 US dollar. Again, right now we are out for the short term, and we will be waiting now for a better entry for Bitcoin. Again, this is the weekly cycle. We are still up until we will see the red curve above the azure one. For us, we are still in a bull trend. Actually, my robot, out of 30 analyzed assets between cryptos, stocks and forex, over the last 2 months has generated 14 signals with a 100% of profitability, which is again is an astonishing result. I also don't believe that a trading system can give 100% of correct trading signal. So, in other words, sooner or later we will see some mistake. Yet, it's a very robust system, and of course, I cannot reveal how I have created. Now, let's move on. Let's analyze Chainlink. Sorry, Litecoin, and then we will be seeing Chainlink over the weekly status, over the weekly chart. We're still up, but at 150 US dollar. Been warning my subscribers on Patreons to go out and take profit. Okay, so when we're going to buy again Litecoin, it will be only above 200 US dollar, with a 350 US dollar as target for our strategy. What we see here is an increase in terms of volumes, a point of control, extremely interesting, with a long white candle. At 150, I believed we were going through a squeezing period. We also could see a retracing period. That's why we prefer a breakout strategy to actually to buy at weakness. So we prefer to buy on strength. In other words, we will be waiting for a break with a long white candle above 200 US dollar with a 350 US dollar target. Let's see what we see here for Chainlink. That was another brilliant call, a snipering call, one of my great calls for Chainlink. Also, you can watch my previous video on Chainlink, where I've been clearly stating that Chainlink was going to hit 20 US dollar. What we see here, actually, I suggest to my patrons to buy, to enter the break of the ascending triangle. Another great call. So what we see, what we do, we act like we sell half of our position at 20 US dollar. We move on our trailing stop at our entry point, and then we let the chart move. So what is happening right now is that we are right now we see a sort of it's a mix between a doji, a reversal pinball. So we let's wait till Sunday. This is a weekly chart, but today is just Wednesday, so let's see where we will be on Sunday. I don't buy right now at all. I want to see a completely different candle right here. So what right now the sellers are pushing the price back to the 20 US dollar. Our strategy actually was here. I called around between 14 and 15 US dollar for a great 40% of gain. So now if we break with a long white candle, so we want to see something like that, okay, we want to see this kind of candle. Those volumes are great. We want to see a long white candle breaking above this level. Then we are going to hit in a very fast and furious way 30 US dollar, which will be our new target. But again, we're not going to buy until we will not see a strong breakout above 20 US dollar. Okay, so for us, again, we have already taken our profit at 20 US dollar. We have moved our trailing stop at our entry point. Now, for those one who didn't have the chance to enter, they might want to enter only at the break, with a strong break above 20 US dollar. Okay guys, if you want to join our Patreon community, you will find the link in the description field. Lately I've been calling several great trading signal, for example with Sushi Swap, with the Header Hash Graph, and with many others, with Cardano for example, for an astonishing 500% of gain. Thank you guys.